Have you ever wondered what it takes to live rent-free in someone's mind? To dominate their thoughts so completely that even in their quietest moments, they can't escape the memory of you. This isn't about manipulation or mind games. It's about becoming the kind of person they can't forget, the standard they measure everyone else against, the presence that lingers in their life like a song they can't stop humming. The key lies in understanding one fundamental truth. People remember how you made them feel, and the feelings you create leave a mark far deeper than words or actions ever could. The question is, what kind of mark will you leave? The ancient Stoics taught us that control begins within, and nowhere is this more powerful than in relationships. To dominate their thoughts forever, you must first dominate your own mind. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. It's not about forcing someone to think about you. It's about becoming the person they can't help but think about. You don't beg for their attention or chase after validation. You rise quietly but powerfully into the best version of yourself. Think of a flame. A fire doesn't scream for attention. It draws people to its warmth and light. It is irresistible because it fulfills a need that cannot be ignored. You are that flame. But to burn brightly, you must first ignite the fire within yourself. Enough is enough. Take your power back. Look in the mirror. That's your biggest ally. Every scar, every tear, every sleepless night has prepared you for this moment. You're not broken, you're rising. When someone walks away, they often think they're leaving behind just another chapter of their life. But what if you could make yourself the book they keep coming back to? Relationships are built on connection, and connection is built on depth, authenticity, and the unshakable confidence of knowing your worth. The deeper your roots go, the harder you are to forget. Picture a tree standing tall after a storm. Its branches may have swayed, its leaves may have scattered, but its roots remain unshaken, pulling strength from the earth beneath it. That is who you must become: grounded, unmovable, unforgettable. Let's be clear, this isn't about begging, pleading, or waiting for someone to notice you. They don't define you, you do. They walked away, but you're still standing. Pain may have knocked you down, but it hasn't defeated you. This is your moment to reclaim everything. Stop waiting for permission to be amazing. If not now, then when? Turn your pain into your power. The strongest fires create the brightest flames, and this is your time to shine. Imagine you're a lighthouse standing tall against the storm. You don't chase the ships that pass by. You guide them with your unyielding light. Even if they drift away, they know where to find you. The same is true in relationships. When you focus on your growth and your strength, your presence becomes magnetic. Your silence will echo louder than their words. You don't need to chase love. It will find its way back to you when you stand firm in your worth. The truth is, people crave what they can't have. As Søren Kierkegaard once said, the most painful state of being is remembering the future, particularly the one you can never have. When you transform yourself into someone they cannot reach without effort, someone who commands respect and admiration simply by existing, you create a longing that is impossible to ignore. But here's the secret. This transformation isn't for them. It's for you. The love you seek starts with you. Feel the pain, but don't live there. Use it as fuel. Every tear you've shed has watered the seeds of your growth. Every setback was a setup for this moment. When they see you again, and they will, they won't recognize the person you've become. They underestimated you. Now prove them wrong. You don't need them to be whole. Your scars are proof you survived. Your heart knows its worth. Listen to it. Think of a diamond. Under pressure, it doesn't shatter. It becomes something precious, something rare. You are that diamond. Every challenge, every rejection, every moment of doubt has only polished you into someone extraordinary. They thought they could replace you, but they'll find out soon enough. You are irreplaceable. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. When they remember you, it won't be because of what you said or did in moments of desperation. It will be because of the way your absence magnified your value. It will be because your growth made them question every decision that led to losing you. Let the hurt fuel your growth. Stop waiting. The time is now. Pain is temporary, but regret lasts forever. You're not a victim. You're the hero of this story. You've cried enough. It's time to conquer. The person they thought they could walk away from no longer exists. In their place stands someone stronger, wiser, and more radiant than ever. Why survive when you were born to thrive? Your future is watching. What will it see? They left? Good. Now build without limits. Become the force they can't ignore, the standard they'll never find elsewhere, the presence that will linger in their mind forever. This is your moment to rise, to reclaim everything, and to dominate their thoughts, not through games or manipulation, but by becoming so undeniably powerful in your growth that they have no choice but to notice. This isn't the end. It's your rebirth. Stop waiting for someone else to complete you. The love you've been seeking has been within you all along. The strongest fires create the brightest flames. Let yours burn so brightly that they can't look away, even if they wanted to. Turn your pain into your power and watch as their thoughts revolve endlessly around the person you've become. Now rise. The world is waiting to see your light. The power of affirmation lies in its ability to transform your mindset and align your actions with your deepest intentions. It's a declaration of your strength, your worth, and your undeniable presence. Here is your affirmation. I am the unshakable force they can't forget. Write this affirmation in the comments below to claim your power and set your transformation into motion. If this message inspired you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're pouring our hearts into creating content to uplift and empower you. Your support means the world to us. Number 1. Be their unfinished poem. Have you ever read a poem that feels incomplete, leaving you longing for more? The lines linger, the rhythm echoes, and the unresolved beauty stays with you long after you close the book. That's the power of being someone's unfinished poem. A presence so profound that it becomes a mystery they can't stop trying to solve. Relationships are like poetry. The most unforgettable ones aren't perfect. They're the ones that touch the deepest corners of the soul, leaving a mark that no one else can replicate. When someone walks away, they think they're closing the book on your story. What they don't realize is that you've become a part of their unwritten verses, an indelible fragment of their thoughts and emotions. Rainer Maria Rilke once said, "Be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves." In the same way, your connection becomes a question they can't stop asking, a longing they carry into every quiet moment, every fleeting connection that falls short of the depth you gave so effortlessly. Think of your relationship as a masterpiece still in progress, like a painting abandoned before its final strokes. It holds an allure that finished works can't replicate. Your presence becomes the canvas they can't let go of, the memory they revisit in hopes of understanding what made it so irreplaceable. This isn't about clinging to the past. It's about recognizing the unique and magnetic energy you brought to their life. They may try to move on, but you are the one piece they'll never find again. You're not broken. You're rising. This is your moment to reclaim everything. They don't define you. You do. When someone underestimates your worth, they assume they can find someone else to complete their story. But here's the truth. You're not just a chapter. You're the pages, the ink, the rhythm of the words. Let their absence remind you of your value. Enough is enough. Take your power back. Look in the mirror. That's your biggest ally. Every scar, every tear, every moment of heartbreak is proof you've survived. And now, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Imagine a poet staring at a blank page, haunted by the one poem they never finished. No matter how many new lines they write, they keep returning to the one they left incomplete. That's the space you occupy in their life. Your silence will echo louder than their words. Your transformation will leave them breathless with regret. They walked away, but you're still standing. And in standing tall, you become the rhythm they can't stop hearing, the metaphor they'll never fully understand. Feel the pain, but don't live there. Use it to fuel your growth. When you let go of the need to chase, when you stop trying to fill the void they left behind, you create a space where your absence speaks for itself. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. They'll look back and realize that no one else fits the mold you left, that every new connection feels like an echo of something they can't quite touch. You don't need them to be whole. The love you seek starts with you. The strongest fires create the brightest flames, and your transformation will be a blaze they can't ignore. Like a poem left unfinished, you become a work of art that draws them back again and again, until they can no longer deny what they've lost. Your future is watching. What will it see? This is your time to rise, to prove that the person they underestimated is now the person they'll measure everyone else against. Stop waiting for permission to be amazing. Stop waiting for them to complete you. You were never just a part of their life. You were the foundation. Let the hurt fuel your growth. Let their regret become the shadow they carry as you shine brighter with each passing day. You're not a victim. You're the hero of this story. They left? Good. Now, build without limits. Turn your pain into your power. This is your moment to thrive. Write this affirmation in the comments below to claim your power. I am the unfinished poem they'll never forget. If this message touched your heart, if it reminded you of your strength and the beauty of your journey, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We're working tirelessly to create life-changing lessons that inspire and empower you. Your growth, your strength, and your story fuel our mission. Let's rise together. Number 2. Become the rare star in their sky. Have you ever looked up at the night sky, wondering why one star outshines all the rest? It's not the brightest or the closest, but something about its glow feels different, irreplaceable. That's the kind of presence you need to become in their life. The rare star they can't replace, the one they'll search for even when surrounded by others. It's not about competing for their attention, but creating a gravity so undeniable that they're drawn back to you no matter how far they've wandered. In relationships, we often give our light too freely, hoping someone will see our worth. But stars don't beg to be seen. They shine regardless of who's looking. They radiate from within, a steady brilliance that remains constant through the darkest nights. You don't need to chase love or validation. Instead, you become the star they'll navigate their life by, the one that stands out in a sky full of ordinary lights. They don't define you, you do. This is your moment to reclaim everything. As Rumi said, "Don't be satisfied with stories, how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth. You are not a reflection of their choices or the shadow of their rejection. You are your own star, and your story is still being written." When someone takes your light for granted, it's not your job to convince them of your value. It's your job to rise higher, to shine brighter, until they're forced to stop and realize what they lost. Imagine the night sky again. Stars are infinite, yet some hold more meaning than others. A North Star, for example, guides those who are lost, offering direction and hope. In a relationship, you may have been their North Star, but they didn't realize it. Perhaps they thought other lights could offer the same guidance, but they'll soon discover the truth. The stars they're chasing now? They lack your depth, your warmth, your ability to anchor their wandering. Let them search. They'll come to realize that no one else can provide the same glow you did. You're not broken, you're rising. When they walked away, they left behind more than a person. They left behind stability, authenticity, and the unshakable force of your love. That loss will echo in their life like an empty sky. Every fleeting connection they pursue will remind them of the irreplaceable light you once gave so effortlessly. They underestimated you. Now prove them wrong. Turn your pain into your power. You're not just another star. They'll soon see you were the constellation they needed to make sense of their world. Think of a lighthouse standing firm against a raging sea. It doesn't chase the waves or plead with the ships to notice its light. It simply shines, and its steady presence becomes a beacon of safety and direction. You are that light. You don't need to convince anyone of your value. Your silence will echo louder than their words. Your growth, your resilience, and your unyielding brilliance will make them realize what they lost. Feel the pain, but don't live there. You've cried enough. It's time to conquer. Relationships are like constellations, formed by moments, emotions, and shared experiences. They thought they could redraw the stars without you, but what they'll find is a fragmented sky that lacks the one connection holding it all together. Let the hurt fuel your growth. Every setback was a setup for this moment. You are stronger than the excuses holding you back, and your future is watching. What will it see? When they finally look up, they'll see you, not just as a memory, but as the unshakable light guiding them back to themselves. You don't need them to be whole. The love you seek starts with you. Look in the mirror. That's your biggest ally. Your scars are proof you survived, and your resilience is the fire that fuels your glow. This is your moment to reclaim everything. Stop waiting for permission to be amazing. They left? Good. Now build without limits. Pain is temporary, but regret lasts forever. Why survive when you were born to thrive? As they search the sky for a replacement, your transformation will burn brightly in their mind. You're not the same person they left behind. You've become something greater. You've become the rare star they'll never replace, the light they'll forever chase. Stop waiting. The time is now. Your silence, your growth, your strength, they are the markers of a life lived on your terms, and nothing is more magnetic than that. Here's your affirmation. I am the rare star they'll never replace. Write it in the comments below to claim your power and remind yourself of your worth. And if this message resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're working tirelessly to bring you life-changing lessons that inspire and empower you. Together, let's create a world where your light is unforgettable. Number 3. Be the echo in their quiet moments. Have you ever noticed how some sounds linger long after they're gone? like the haunting echo of footsteps in an empty hallway, or the soft hum of a song that refuses to leave your mind. That's the kind of presence you must create in someone's life. A presence so profound that even in their quietest moments, your memory reverberates like an unshakable echo. This isn't about words or actions that fade with time. It's about becoming the energy they can't silence, the thought that resurfaces when everything else goes quiet. You're not just someone they used to know. You're the echo they'll hear forever. Relationships are like symphonies, each moment a note, each emotion a chord. When you leave, the music doesn't stop. It transforms into an echo that lingers in their mind. But to become unforgettable, you must first create a depth of connection that resonates beyond your presence. It's not about chasing them, begging for their attention, or convincing them to stay. It's about standing in your power, knowing your worth, and letting your silence speak louder than their words. Enough is enough. Take your power back. Look in the mirror. That's your biggest ally. The echo starts with you. Rumi once wrote, "Don't get lost in your pain. Know that one day your pain will become your cure." Think about that for a moment. The hurt you're feeling right now, the emptiness of their absence, it's not your end. It's the beginning of your transformation. Every tear you've shed, every sleepless night, every moment of longing is shaping you into the person they'll remember, the one they'll never replace. They may have walked away, but your echo will follow them, growing louder as time goes on, until it becomes the voice they can't drown out. Imagine you're a canyon carved by time and the relentless flow of water. At first, the river seems like just another force moving through, but long after it's gone, its mark remains. The canyon's walls bear the story of its journey, and every visitor can still hear the whispers of the water that shaped it. That's who you are. The canyon, not the river. You are the mark that remains, the echo that speaks of what was and what will never be again. Your scars are proof you survived, and now they're the foundation of your strength. In relationships, people often underestimate the power of presence until it's no longer there. They may think they can replace you, that they can find another connection to fill the void. But your uniqueness, your depth, your authenticity, it's irreplaceable. When you focus on your growth, when you rise from the ashes of heartbreak, you become the echo that contrasts against the silence of their new connections. You don't need to chase them. They'll feel your absence like the weight of 1,000 unspoken words. They underestimated you. Now prove them wrong. Let's be clear. This isn't about playing games or manipulating someone into thinking about you. It's about becoming so deeply connected to your own power, your own worth, that your energy becomes unforgettable. When you stop chasing love and start becoming love itself, your transformation speaks louder than anything you could ever say. The strongest fires create the brightest flames, and this is your moment to burn brightly. Feel the pain, but don't live there. You've cried enough. It's time to conquer. Think of yourself as the lighthouse, standing tall and steady against the storm. You don't call out to the ships. You simply shine, and your light becomes their guide. Even when they drift away, they know where to look when the darkness closes in. Your silence is not weakness. It's power. It forces reflection. It creates space for them to hear their own thoughts and realize the gravity of what they lost. The love you seek starts with you. Your silence will echo louder than their words. When they think of you, and they will, it won't just be because of what you said or did. It will be because of who you became. Your growth, your resilience, your unshakable confidence will become the echo they can't escape. Turn your pain into your power. Stop waiting for permission to be amazing. Stop waiting for someone else to complete you. The love you've been searching for has been within you all along. You don't need them to be whole. This is your moment to reclaim everything. You're not broken, you're rising. Every setback was a setup for this transformation. Your heart knows its worth. Listen to it. Let the hurt fuel your growth. Let their absence amplify your strength. You're stronger than the excuses holding you back. You're the hero of this story. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. Number 4, be the flame that refuses to be extinguished. Have you ever watched a fire and found yourself unable to look away? There's something mesmerizing about it, the way it flickers and dances, refusing to be tamed. It consumes everything in its path, leaving an undeniable mark. What if you could become that fire? What if your presence, your growth, and your transformation were so powerful that it consumed their thoughts, leaving no room for anything else? To dominate their thoughts forever, you must become the flame that refuses to be extinguished, the warmth they crave but can no longer hold. Relationships have a way of testing us, of breaking us down to ashes. But here's the truth: you're not broken. You're rising. The fire within you didn't die. It's waiting, smoldering, ready to ignite into something extraordinary. They walked away, but you're still standing. They don't define you. You do. The strongest fires create the brightest flames. And this is your moment to reclaim everything. Enough is enough. Take your power back. Think of a forest fire. At first glance, it seems destructive, even devastating. But beneath the ashes lies the soil, richer than ever before, ready to nurture new life. That's you. Your heartbreak isn't the end. It's the fertile ground for your rebirth. Every tear you've shed, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt has been preparing you for this transformation. They thought they could extinguish you, but all they did was make you stronger. Your scars are proof you survived. Feel the pain, but don't live there. You've cried enough. It's time to conquer. Imagine being the candle in a dark room, the kind of light that makes people stop and take notice. You don't chase their attention. You don't need to. Instead, your presence, your confidence, and your self-worth become the warmth they instinctively gravitate toward. They may have thought they could walk away and forget, but your light will haunt them. Every quiet moment, every hollow connection they try to replace you with, will remind them of the fire they left behind. Your silence will echo louder than their words. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Fire feeds on obstacles. The more they underestimate you, the brighter you'll burn." Turn every setback into fuel. Let their absence be the spark that ignites your transformation. You don't need them to be whole. The love you seek starts with you. Stop waiting for permission to be amazing. Your heart knows its worth. Listen to it. Picture this. They're sitting in a room filled with people, yet they feel the chill of loneliness. Why? Because your fire is missing. You were their warmth, their light, their comfort. Now they're left searching for something that doesn't exist anywhere else. Like a moth drawn to a flame, they'll find themselves circling back, unable to escape the pull of what they lost. But by then, you won't need them. You'll have become so radiant, so powerful, that they'll only be a distant memory in your journey of growth. This isn't about revenge, it's about transformation. Let the hurt fuel your growth. Let their rejection become the kindling that builds your fire. They underestimated you. Now prove them wrong. Your future is watching. What will it see? Get up. No one's coming to save you. This is your moment to rise, to take control, to turn your pain into your power. They left? Good. Now build without limits. You're not a victim. You're the hero of this story. Why survive when you were born to thrive? Every setback was a setup for this moment. Stop waiting. The time is now. When they see the fire you've become, they'll realize what they lost. But by then, it won't matter. You'll be shining too brightly to care. Let this affirmation be your reminder. I am the flame they can't extinguish. Write this in the comments below and claim your power. And if this message has lit a spark within you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're working tirelessly to bring you life-changing lessons that inspire and empower you. Let's rise together. Your fire is waiting. Burn brightly. Number 5. Be the mirror. They're afraid to look into. Have you ever looked into a mirror and been afraid of what it reflected? Not because of how you looked, but because of what it revealed about your soul. In relationships, you are that mirror. You don't just show your partner who you are, you show them who they are, and sometimes that reflection is too much to handle. When they walked away, it wasn't you they were running from, it was the truth you made them face. The most powerful connections are the ones that challenge us. And when you become the mirror they're afraid to look into, you ensure that your presence lingers in their thoughts forever. There's a deep truth in what Rumi once said. The wound is the place where the light enters you. You were that light in their life, illuminating the parts of themselves they didn't want to see. Your love brought them clarity, even when it was uncomfortable. But instead of rising to meet the challenge, they chose to walk away. They thought they could escape the mirror, but here's the thing about truth. It follows you. Every fleeting relationship they pursue, every hollow interaction they engage in, will be tainted by the reflection you left behind. They'll look for someone who makes them feel the way you did, only to find that no one else can match the clarity and depth you provided. Imagine a diamond being polished. The friction is necessary to reveal its brilliance. Your relationship was that polishing process. You didn't just love them, you helped shape them, challenged them, and brought out their potential. But some people fear the process. They mistake the pressure for pain and run before the transformation can be complete. Let them go. Your role in their life was never to make them comfortable. It was to make them better. And even if they don't realize it now, the reflection you gave them will haunt their thoughts, quietly reminding them of what they lost. You're not broken, you're rising. Look in the mirror. That's your biggest ally. Every scar you carry, every tear you've shed, is proof that you've survived. You don't need their validation to know your worth. They don't define you. You do. Enough is enough. Take your power back. Stop chasing and start transforming. When they see the person you've become, they'll have no choice but to confront the truth you've been showing them all along. You were never the one who needed to change. They were. Think of a lighthouse on a stormy night. It doesn't chase the ships it guides. It stands firm, unwavering, casting its light across the tumultuous sea. That's you. Your growth, your strength, your quiet confidence will shine so brightly that even from a distance, they'll feel your presence. They walked away, but your light remains. The strongest fires create the brightest flames, and you are burning with a radiance they'll never forget. Your silence will echo louder than their words, and your growth will be the answer to every question they're too afraid to ask. Let them run. Let them avoid the reflection you offered. It's not your job to make them see, it's your job to rise. Every setback was a setup for this moment. They underestimated you. Now prove them wrong. Feel the pain, but don't live there. You've cried enough. It's time to conquer. Your story isn't over. It's just beginning. Your transformation will speak louder than any words ever could. And when they finally turn back to face the mirror, they'll realize that the person staring back at them was shaped by the love you gave, the challenges you posed, and the growth you inspired. Stop waiting for permission to be amazing. The love you seek starts with you. You don't need them to be whole. Let the hurt fuel your growth. Your future is watching. What will it see? This is your moment to reclaim everything. You're stronger than the excuses holding you back. They left. Good. Now build without limits. Turn your pain into your power. Why survive when you were born to thrive? Look in the mirror one last time and remind yourself of this truth. I am the reflection they'll never escape. Write it in the comments to claim your power and own your transformation. If this message touched your heart, if it reminded you of the strength and resilience within you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're working tirelessly to bring you life-changing lessons that inspire and empower. Your growth fuels our mission, and together we'll continue to rise. Stop waiting. The time is now. Number 6. Be their unspoken question. Have you ever noticed how the most haunting questions are the ones left unanswered? The kind that linger in the back of your mind, resurfacing in the quiet moments when everything else falls silent. Imagine becoming that question in someone's life. The thought they can't escape. The doubt that whispers to them in the still of the night. Did I make the right choice? This isn't about manipulation or games. It's about transformation. Turning your pain into power and your silence into an unspoken question they'll carry with them forever. In relationships, people often take things for granted, assuming they'll always have access to the person they undervalued. But when you step back, when you choose growth over desperation, you create a space they can't fill. Your absence becomes the mirror they're too afraid to look into, forcing them to confront the choices they made. As Søren Kierkegaard once said, "The most painful state of being is remembering the future, particularly the one you can never have." Your transformation creates that future, one they'll long for, but can only revisit in their regrets. Picture this. You're a book they thought they had finished reading, but when they close it, they realize the most important chapter is missing. That chapter is your growth, your strength, your rise. It's the version of you they didn't expect. The one who didn't crumble, but instead rebuilt into something extraordinary. They'll flip through the pages of their memory, trying to make sense of what they lost. But the story will always feel incomplete. You're not broken. You're rising. This is your moment to reclaim everything. Think of yourself as a sculptor, chipping away at the marble of your potential. The person they left behind is not the person you are becoming. Each setback, each tear, and each sleepless night has been carving you into someone unshakable. While they search for replacements, they'll encounter shadows of what you brought into their life, but never the substance. They walked away, but you're still standing. And now, your silence isn't just absence. It's a question they'll never stop asking. You don't need to chase them. You don't need to prove your worth. Instead, let your growth do the talking. Let your transformation plant the seed of doubt in Antiyerian. What if I was wrong? What if no one else can make me feel the way they did? That doubt is your power. It's the quiet echo of your value, reminding them of what they let slip through their fingers. Enough is enough. Take your power back. Look in the mirror. That's your biggest ally. Your scars are proof you survived, and now you're thriving. Imagine being a rare gem hidden away in a vault. They might have left thinking they could find another, but as time goes on, they'll realize the rarity of what they lost. You were never ordinary. Your love, your presence, your energy, they were unique. Now, as you grow and shine even brighter, you become the irreplaceable standard against which they'll measure everyone else. They underestimated you. Now prove them wrong. Feel the pain, but don't live there. Let it fuel you. Every setback was a setup for this moment. Your transformation isn't just for them to see, it's for you to feel. You don't need them to be whole. The love you seek starts with you. When they see you again, and they will, it won't be the same you they remember. It will be someone stronger, wiser, and more magnetic than they ever imagined. Your silence will echo louder than their words. The strongest fires create the brightest flames. Turn your pain into your power. When they replay your absence in their mind, trying to fill the void with fleeting distractions, they'll come face to face with the question, what if I can't replace them? Let them feel the weight of their choices. Let them see the strength they underestimated. You're not a victim. You're the hero of this story. Your future is watching. What will it see? Stop waiting for permission to be amazing. Stop waiting for them to see your worth. Why survive when you were born to thrive? This is your moment to rise, to dominate their thoughts, and to claim the future you deserve. Let their unspoken question echo in the shadow of your brilliance. Affirm this truth. I am the question they'll never stop asking. Write it in the comments below to claim your power and set your transformation into motion. And if this message resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We're working tirelessly to bring you life-changing lessons that empower and inspire. Your growth is our mission. Let's rise together. Number 7. Become the silence that demands their attention. Have you ever noticed how silence can be louder than words? How the absence of sound can fill a room with unshakable tension, forcing everyone to confront what they've been avoiding? In relationships, silence holds a unique power. It creates space for reflection, ignites curiosity, and demands attention in ways that words never could. When you master the art of stepping back, when you embrace silence instead of chasing, you stop being just another voice in the noise of their life. You become the echo they can't escape, the void they can't ignore. You're not broken, you're rising. This is your moment to reclaim everything. Silence isn't weakness. It's a declaration. It's a signal to the world and to the person who underestimated you that you know your worth. As Rumi said, silence is the language of God. All else is poor translation. In relationships, silence allows you to step away from the chaos, to let your absence become the catalyst for their realization. They may not understand it at first, but soon enough, they'll feel the weight of what's missing. Your silence isn't emptiness. It's a presence so profound that it forces them to confront what they've lost. They don't define you, you do. Imagine the ocean after a storm. The waves no longer crash against the shore. Instead, the water lies still, reflecting the sky with perfect clarity. That stillness carries a power far greater than the storm. It speaks of resilience, of calm after chaos. That's the kind of silence you must embody. When someone walks away, your silence should reflect your strength, your growth, and your unshakable confidence. You're not chasing them. You're becoming the mirror in which they'll see their own regrets. Enough is enough. Take your power back. Look in the mirror. That's your biggest ally. In relationships, people often expect noise, arguments, explanations, desperate attempts to hold on. But silence? Silence is unexpected. It leaves them wondering, questioning, replaying every moment. It plants a seed of doubt that grows louder with time. Your silence will echo louder than their words. Let it remind them of every moment they took for granted, every piece of your heart they overlooked. They underestimated you. Now, prove them wrong. Think of a flame that flickers and fades, leaving behind only smoke. The person who walked away might think your light has gone out, but they don't realize that beneath the surface, embers are still burning. Those embers are your strength, your resilience, your ability to rise from the ashes. You don't need to shout to be remembered. Let your transformation speak for you. They walked away, but you're still standing. The strongest fires create the brightest flames. Feel the pain, but don't live there. Use it to fuel the fire of your growth, and watch as they realize they were wrong to doubt you. Silence is not just the absence of sound, it's the presence of strength. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop trying to convince someone of your worth, you shift the dynamic entirely. Suddenly, they are the ones wondering, what are they thinking? What have I lost? That question will live in their mind, growing louder with every passing day. Let the hurt fuel your growth. Turn your pain into your power. Your story isn't over, it's just beginning. You don't need them to be whole. The love you seek starts with you. When you embrace silence, you create a space for your own transformation. Use that space to become someone so radiant, so confident, that their absence no longer feels like a loss. They left? Good. Now build without limits. Pain is temporary. Regret lasts forever. Stop waiting for permission to be amazing. If not now, then when? This is your moment to rise, to reclaim everything you thought you lost. Your future is watching. What will it see? So, step back. Let your silence become the loudest statement you've ever made. They'll feel it in every corner of their life, in every hollow interaction that reminds them of what they had with you. You're not a victim. You're the hero of